Trail Monkey.
Good morning. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just leaving the Van Gogh Abbey Memorial Hostel. And I got to tell you, I had a great night. Scotty is just a blast. He had a bunch of friends over that get together once a year. We're sitting out on the porch in this beautiful place, talking all evening, and they made a big batch of chili and barbecue, and man, they just kept feeding me. I didn't want to be rude, so I ate it 3 or 4 times. It was fantastic. And then got a great night's sleep in a warm bed. And I was the only one in the hostel, so I could snore my head off. My throat's swollen this morning, so I know I snored quite a bit. So I'm walking back the mile back to where the trail is. This is a little blue blaze off the trail. You'll notice I'm not wearing a backpack. I got a little baby backpack on that Scotty lent to me. I'm what's called slack packing. That means I'm a slacker and I'm backpacking. And today I'm doing about 12 and a half miles. And he is heading to church. He's going to drop my backpack off at a hostel that's 12 miles away, 12 and a half miles away. And I'll be picking it up there. I'll probably spend the night there at the hostel, Black Bear Resort, I think it's called. It's on the same road as the famous hostel called Kinkura. And I hear that's a wonderful place, but they have about a dozen cats, and my cat allergies won't allow me to stay there. So I'm going to stay at Black Bear. And my pack will be waiting for me when I get there, which makes this 12-mile day just very pleasant. I don't have to huff it. So I transferred over into my slack pack here that he lent to me. My water, my lunch, the bottom of my frog togs here, a big giant plastic bag, and the reasoning for that, my toiletries kit, things like that. Reason for that is, should I fall, break an ankle, get hurt, and can't make the 12, I do have to make it through the night. So between the frog togs and the big giant plastic bag, I'll be warm enough, even if it gets down to 40. I could have brought my sleeping bag, I guess, and crammed it in the pack. Pack's a little too small for it, but that probably would have been the smartest thing to do. And it only weighs 3.5 pounds. But I think this will be just fine. And there are hikers on the trail that will help you in an emergency. But I needed to bring my camel pack, my water pack. So that's the reason for needing the backpack. Plus I always have my pouch here with some extra food and medication and phone and charger and things. So this should be an absolutely lovely day. I'm walking across a trail that parallels this beautiful little creek, heading down here to, I believe it's called Upper Laurel Flats. Could have that name wrong. And today is going to be a beautiful up and down day. One big hump toward the end, and excuse me while I not slip. But sometimes the trail is nice and dry. Sometimes the trail is mud. And you cross little creeks. This is why you waterproof your shoes, boys and girls. There we go. There's been a lot of rain lately, past few days. The next several days, though, are supposed to be just delightful. So, as we get closer to Damascus, there may be rain again. So, continuing on the journey, and I'll try to catch some great videos and shots to share with you later. But for now, it's Trail Monkey slack packing on the AT. I really got to learn not to put my finger there, because that's where the little camera is. You'd think I'd know that after 416 miles. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm about a mile in and hiking along this creek now. I'm back on the AT. It's nice when the only thoughts, the only sounds in your mind are the nature around you. You hit a magic spot, or I do, after you hike for a while, where you don't even hear your own voice anymore. There's just total silence in your mind, and you hear nothing but the sounds around you. You don't process them, you don't think about them, you don't intellectualize anything. You just hear that symphony surrounding you, just that sound of nature, just that orchestral God's symphonic sound of this place He's created for us to dwell in for a while. And it's in that silence that God speaks, to me anyway. Not when I'm demanding Him to, but when I allow that peace and silence within me, and then He is there. Perhaps today, it's the Lord's day. Perhaps today. I'm about 3 miles in for today. It's noon, so I'm making pretty good timing. Just came across a really beautiful waterfall. It's called the Hardcore Cascades. Check this out. Comes from way up there. This is the trail, walking across here. Then continues down there. We walk out there, hopefully without dropping my phone in, or me. There you can see better. Comes around. Just beautiful. We continue crossing without falling in. Alright. That's just lovely. I know in my videos, I try to keep you out of my mouth too. Oh, and I did realize that I keep smacking gum in your face, viewers, so sorry about that. I'll try not to do that. I learned on this trip that chewing gum obviously keeps your mouth moist, and you don't feel thirsty all the time. Sometimes you go through a lot of your water unnecessarily because you feel thirsty, but you're not really dehydrated. So you're just passing that water right through. Your body only keeps what it needs. And going through a lot of water faster than you would need to, so the gum helps with that. Huffing and puffing when you walk uphill, though, I don't think they make a gum for that yet. That'd be my $1 million invention. So I have been chewing gum on this trip, little Mentos gums, and that's really been quite nice, actually. Another discovery, walking along on the trail. Okay, I'm about 4.5 hours in for today. I stopped here at this real beautiful rock outcropping here to have some lunch. I'm at mile 411.4 at an elevation of 3,933 feet. So I've got about 6.5 miles to go, but I'm dropping all the way down to about 2,500 feet. So it's largely a drop of 1,500 feet over about 4.5 miles. So just stopped here to have some lunch. But it is a real beautiful spot. It's Mother's Day, so called my wife, and I'm trying to reach my mom and my daughter, who's having her first baby at the end of summer, so her first Mother's Day. Just enjoying my lunch here, my pack of tuna and some cheese sticks and a beef jerky stick, and I actually had an orange left that I brought from home, which was a real treat. So altogether about 25 grams of protein. That'll get me to the next to the next spot. So I've got about 5 hours of sunlight to go and about 6.5 miles. So I should make it in before dark to the hostel where I'm staying tonight. It's right off the main road. Actually going to do some laundry and change out of these, which I've been wearing for 3 days, and that sort of thing. So time to get back on the trail. My 30-minute lunch break is over. Oh, I'm at about mile 412. It's a really beautiful spot. I'm kind of at the top, kind of a ridge walk here. And I'll turn around, you can see, even though there's tree coverage, I'm standing between two giant boulders, but there's just beauty all the way around here. Such a lovely, lovely spot. I have 5 miles to go, and it's 4 o'clock, so I need to hustle to get down before dark. I hate night hiking, so I got to move it to get down there before 8 o'clock, before it's dark. I think I'll be all right. I've got a drop of about 600 feet to do now, and then a little climb of 400 feet up, and then a drop of 1,300 feet down, and that gets me down to the Black Bear hostel where I'm going to stay tonight. So onward we go. Okay. Whew. I had to share this view with you. Coming up here, little big stone outcropping. I've got 1.5 miles to go, which means I've done 11 miles. Oh, I'm smacking gum again. Sorry. So I've got about 1.5 miles to go, back 600 feet down to the hostel. I don't think any more ups. Yay. Let me show you this amazing view. Check this out. This beauty does not create itself, my friends. It's so easy out here to fall in love with the creation and not the creator. But it's the creator we're drawn to when we see these things. I don't know how far off in the distance you can see mountains. I see 15, 20 layers of mountains. As far back. I've come over most of those. Thank the Lord. Whew. On a beautiful, beautiful day. Well, I've got a little over 1/2 mile to go. And once in a while, the Appalachian Trail becomes a stream. This is the trail. And for about 50 yards, it's a stream. Thankfully, I didn't walk through here 2 days ago when it was pouring rain. Well, good news is there's no shortages of water right now in this stretch. That's a blessing. Okay, about 0.6 miles to go till I get to the road where the hostel is located for tonight. And it's just about 7 o'clock, so I will make it before it's dark. Must be getting closer down to the road. I think I heard a little traffic. Wanted to show you this though. One of the signs that you're in bear territory is when a tree has been scarred up like this. They dig for grubs. You know, bears eat worms and grubs. And there's an old fence here. It goes right through that tree part and on over there. So maybe this is used by bears to climb up and over it. A lot of time the fencing, it just kind of decays off to nothing here. A lot of time the fencing separates the national forest, which I'm in, to perhaps private property over there, or state park or something. I don't know. But you do see some old fencing now and then. Some old barbed wire. Sometimes there's these little step over wooden bridges you got to get up and over. to get over the barbed wire and stuff. And some of this, you know, was private land that was sold to the government or probably confiscated by eminent domain. That's the fancy word for theft. And all that, but I'll save you the libertarianism for another day. Must be getting close though, probably about 0.3 from the road. I've got 0.2 miles to the road. Here's an old cabin or an old barn. Actually, it looks like it would have been a cabin. You can see the upper door would have had stone steps. No indication of a fireplace though. There's a rain gutter and a metal roof, so it can't be all that old. But here it just sits right here. This beautiful, there's a nice field right there I just walked through. And all this brush is probably new, so this must have been a nice grazing area for whatever lived here, or whoever lived here at some point. If anybody knows the history of that, that would be fascinating to find out. Onward, 0.2 miles to the road. Okay, well, I love being in the wilderness, but 3 days in the wilderness, it's nice to come down to a road. There's some cars over there and people that don't smell. And once I get down to the road here, I'm gonna go east, which is when you're hiking north, it is always to the right. East and west is always to the north. Now I got a friend Bob that's gonna hate that, but that's the rule on the trail. You don't really know which way you're actually facing when you're hiking north or when you're hiking south, but when you're hiking north, east is always to the right at a crossing. West is always to the north. So this is, ooh, I like that fence. That's cool looking. So here we are. There's a couple of signs for the hiker hostels. Mine is to the right, to the east, for about 0.4 mile. Alrighty. The concrete actually kind of hurts my feet, the asphalt, more than the trail. Pretty. Let me turn it around so you can see something that's actually pretty. Love all the wildflowers. Check this out. This is about 2 miles up the road where the AT crosses the road at mile 418.5. Look at this beautiful little river. It runs behind some folks' homes down there. And it runs right out here in front of the hostel I'm staying at tonight. It's called Black Bear Resort. I've seen this on a bunch of YouTube videos. I am real excited to be walking into here. This is going to be a beautiful night stay. And here it is. Oh, it's cute. I had my backpack sent to here by Scotty this morning for $5, or I'm sorry, $10. He dropped my backpack off here so I can enjoy a 12.5 mile slack pack. Actually, with all the little walking, it's probably a little over 13, but fabulous day. Let's go check this out. There's a little bridge down here to cross over. Slow children playing. Huh. Well, that's not very nice. This is a beauty. This just totally puts you at peace, man. This just turns off my world completely. Puts me back into the real world. Super nice people here. Okay, I might get in my own room again, just by being the only one here in the bunkhouse. Some others may drag in though. It's not even 8 o'clock, but I claimed my bunk here. You get a towel, about 20 bucks. You get a towel and a bed, and there's a lounge with TV and DVDs and stuff. And I bought a pizza, a whole Meat Lovers frozen pizza that they have a little pizza oven I'm putting in. That was only 8 bucks. And I'm gonna sit and eat my pizza. Okay, well, I'm here inside the lounge. They've got limited Wi-Fi access. They've already used up their data for today. It's just to post or Facebook. Nice little couch and everything here. And over there in the store, I bought me an entire pizza and a Diet Coke. And I am going to sit here and eat it. Even got a flat screen TV in here and a big stack of DVDs. Yeah, could happen. Kind of tired though. I think after I eat this whole pizza and grab a nice hot shower, I'm going to be ready to hit the bed. So this part's not going to be pretty, so I'm going to spare you from this. Well, they've got an old... Oh, that